Hey everybody, and welcome to our Week 7 Big Brother Canada exit interview with a Moose. Now, look, we know this one was late, but there was the Easter holiday, so we just had to go with the flow and, take these interviews whenever they would give them to us. And this is when it happened. But look, you guys already know because you make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe on all of our platforms, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You guys following on all of those places really is a great way to help support our shows, as well as sharing them. Tell a family member, a friend, someone at your holiday Easter dinner. You know, all of those fun places. It really is a great way. You're our best little marketers. Of course, you can check out our website, yourrealityrecaps.com, for all of the past 10 years of our shows that we have done. You can become a patron over there, yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. You get access to John's cooking shows and all of the exclusive content in our patron group. But look, we need to get to Moose. Of course, I think you guys already know that since this is jury, I've already been getting the comments of, why didn't you ask this or follow up with that? We're not allowed, everyone. It is jury. We can't influence them in any way. You know, we do our questions ahead of time and then that's it, because we can't influence the jury. But that being said, we need to go see what Moose is up to. So with that said, Moose, how are you doing?
Hit me up. What's up, Eric? Let's go.
All right, I have a very important and serious first question. And that is, what exactly does a Moose curse entail?
Okay, listen, let me break it down for you.
All right.
So the Moose curse started in week 3 when Kyle came after me. And I told him, this is the worst decision that you could make for your game. And sure enough, it was. He blew up his game. He got sent home the next week with Jess. I told them, I said, listen, if you put me up not next to Tanisha, I will have some respect for you. And maybe we could work together in this game. If not, this is going to be a bad decision. And sure enough, what happened? Jess went home that same day on eviction night. So this last Moose curse was to the people that I felt did me the most dirty. Gino being one of them for putting me up in the first place. Josh and Betty for not having my back after they really made me feel good about wanting to vote for me. So those 3 have the Moose curse. And I think if it's a triple this week, it's going to be the 3 of them walking through that door, because you don't come for me. All right. That's not what you do. But that's what the Moose curse entails. If you do me dirty, you're going home.
Okay. Do you think that you could have done anything differently with your first week of safety to get in better and make alliances?
That's honestly a great question, Eric. And I was so nervous going into the first week. As people know, I'm not a big fan of this game, so I didn't really know what I was doing. So a week of safety kind of actually gave me some training wheels in order to talk to people, open up game conversation. I don't think I did anything that I regret in week 1 or I would change. I definitely tried to get 2 or 3 people really close to me, which is what I wanted as my strategy going into the game. And Tanisha and Summer were those 2 people. After Herman went HOH and we started talking, I realized he was somebody I could have in my corner as well. So that first week, I don't think I would have changed anything, but it was great for me to dip my toe into Big Brother.
Is there anything that you regret or game moves that you regret from this season, the whole season?
Not really, honestly. I played the way I wanted to play. I went out as a pawn trying to execute a plan. We had this card stacked 4-1 and we still lost against Helena. And if you can't win, then you don't deserve to be in the game. And that's the way I see it. You got to win if you want to stay in. And I didn't win and secure my safety, but I went out playing. The only thing I kind of regret is I should have maybe kept Herman, because he would have been the pawn this week instead of me. And that would have kept me around a little bit longer. But at the end of the day, Gino trusted me to execute the plan. It didn't go to plan, at least I thought. And Gino got me out of the house. So, but I wouldn't have changed anything, honestly.
Okay. Who were you most loyal to in the game?
I was most loyal to Josh and Herman in the game. That first week we had a talk in the darkness in Herman's room, and I was feeling real good about them. And I told them multiple times, we don't need to talk. Let's not make this public. And I kind of regret that, honestly. We should have just been a power trio and said to everybody, it's us 3. Come at us if you want to come at us. Because so many people have had the luxury of not being shot at because they're in a showmance or because they're in a strong power duo. So we had the duo, but without the power, or we had the trio, but without the power. So I would have made it a little bit more public, but those were the guys that I was definitely most loyal to from the start.
Would you have really worked with Kyle into the end? And if not, who would you have taken to final two?
I definitely would have worked with Kyle to the end. I definitely would have. The reason why is because I trusted him so much. We obviously had a little bit of a prior relationship before coming into the house, and I really did trust the guy. That's why I told him about my fears of Herman and T and worrying about me getting put up, because I wanted him to know everything that was happening in my eyes, but he decided to use that against me, and that's what got him knocked out. But I really would have worked with Kyle to the end of the game, but who I would have loved to have been sitting with final two if it wasn't Kyle, I think it would definitely be Herman or T. Like, there were people that I wanted to ride with all the way to the end. After T was nominated next to me, obviously that dream was broken, and I was like, let me try to do this with at least Herman or Josh. I really like those guys. So those are that kind of group of people. I've always wanted to be with the group since I walked in. So any one of those would have been a real pleasure for me to sit next to, but not after Josh got rid of me, though.
Okay. Do you believe that Gino wanted to backdoor Marty, your week, or
Yes.
do you think that you or Summer were really the target the whole time?
I don't know now, because I knew that Gino was targeting Marty. That was the plan. But I think that Marty had the secret power of veto, which is why Gino didn't want one of us to be taken off by Helena, because he wouldn't have known who to put up. And he thought to himself, I might as well get rid of Moose while I can now, because this is going to be a shot that just didn't look like it just looked like a plan didn't work, when in reality, it was easy for him to get rid of me. So I did believe that there was a plan to get rid of Marty, but something happened in the middle there that changed Gino's mind. He told Helena not to use the power of veto, according to her. So I really don't know what Gino wanted at the end. But if you were to make me answer, I believed in the plan, and I knew that the plan was to backdoor Marty.
Okay, if you had stayed, who would your target have been?
If I had stayed, my target definitely would have been Kevin and Marty. I told them that I would keep them safe by being there that week. And what I meant by that is that I would have been a bigger shield. Marty knows that he's the biggest target in the house. So if I had stayed there, at least it would have given the HOH a pawn to use, or somebody to maybe divert their attention from Marty. But had I stayed, it would have been Marty, Kevin, or Helena that would have been on the block for me. Plus, Gino said I could use him as a pawn. So I probably would have done that if I did stay that week, which gave me an array of options. So if I stayed, those are the people I would have targeted for sure.
And who do you think is playing the best and worst games right now?
I think who's playing the best game right now is a mixture of Summer and Marty. I think Summer's been doing an incredible job playing socially, committing herself to people a lot more than she's leading on. And she does it behind closed doors. That's the biggest thing. She doesn't say anything in public to anybody, and Marty as well, because he wins when he needs to. He's won a power of veto on the block. He's won 2 HOHs, got rid of 2 strong players. So I really respect that about his game. But who's playing the worst game is Betty. She hasn't won anything yet. She's relying on this relationship with Summer that she's had since the beginning of the game, when Summer didn't even fight for her to stay when it was Herman. She just went where everybody else went. So I think Betty is resting her laurels on 2 people that really could care less about her, and Josh and Summer, because they care about themselves.
Okay. Last question, Moose. Is there anything that you learned coming out of this Big Brother experience that you didn't know about yourself before you started playing this game?
You know what? One thing that I learned is that I found a way to encapsulate my emotions in a more mature way. And I've realized how intense life can be, because this game is so intense on a day-to-day basis. You can go through every emotion under the sun in just 24 hours. So the amount of time that you have to deal with that in the real world just gave me a new light and perspective on how to lead my life moving forward, deal with situations, pressure situations, and maybe don't overcommit. And sometimes you got to undercommit. And I think it's really just given me a new perspective on how to lead my life moving forward, and decision making, dealing with people, and just trying to live a happy life.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to answer our questions, Moose. We look forward to seeing more of you in the real world.
Yes, thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. See you soon, all right?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that wraps up this interview with Moose. We hope that you guys enjoyed it. We hope you're enjoying all of our Big Brother Canada 10 content this season. Of course, you can check it all out in the playlist on YouTube, or if you've missed any of the past 10 years of our shows, check them out over at yourrealityrecaps.com. Of course, you guys following, liking, and subscribing is a great way to help support these shows. Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure that you're following us, Reality Recaps, on all of those places. And share the show. Tell a friend, tell a family member. Such a great way to help support. We really, really appreciate it. Of course, you can become a patron for exclusive things like access to John's cooking shows, your questions for the house guests we take from our patron group, and so much more. Of course, I watch these episodes live with you guys every single night, and my mom too is there. We watch Big Brother Canada live. We talk about them live every day on our You Now Hangout shows. So much content for you guys to check out. Until our next show, which will probably be in a little while, we'll see you guys all then. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends.